I'm about to tell y'all how I really did it. I'm gonna break down the step-by-step process. I'm just leave it all out there for y'all to use it. So let me tell y'all one thing. The first thing that I did to transform my body in 120 days is I cut off social media completely. If you look at your Explore page right now, there's people who look better than you, people who got better abs than you, more cut than you, more bigger than you. They're everywhere, right? So instead of putting my time and energy and looking at somebody else and sitting on the sidelines and just watching people win, I wanna go win myself. I put the energy into myself. I focused on myself. It's not a hating thing. It's just the fact that some people just see that and don't think that it's achievable. So I put all energy into myself. Cut off social media, and the only person I was comparing myself to was who I was yesterday. And that's who I was trying to be. The person tomorrow, the person the next day, the person a week, a month now, a year from now. That's who I was challenging myself with. So cut off social media. I had no distractions. The second thing I did was I got me a coach. I put my ego to the side because I know that somebody knows more information than me. I tried to get in shape by myself for 2 years and I didn't get no results. You see that? So I said, look, I gotta get somebody who knows what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because if I keep trying to do this, I'm literally gonna stay in the same position I've been in the last 2 years. Like, keep trying to do it myself. So what I did was, my friend's dad, which was a pilot, he reached out to me. He's like, hey, come work out with me 6 days a week. Show up at this time every single day. And guess what I did? I showed up. In the beginning, I didn't think too much of it. But when I tell you, he blew my body up. He taught me about training. He taught me about nutrition and how to actually build a body that you like. That's when my body transformed. It was the information that I didn't know, and I put my ego to the side to find someone who had the results that I wanted. Y'all, number 3, I didn't even have no girlfriend. Whether that was intentional or not, it played in my favor. I could have been wasting that instead of putting that time into myself, working on myself. And all my bandwidth is focused on my goals. And now I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor, right? Because I delayed the gratification, and now I got the result. And now you can do whatever you want with the result. You you already got it. I'm saying everybody thought I was weird, but you ain't got no girlfriend. Like, do you even like girls or whatever? I was like, look, I ain't hearing none of the noise. I'm worried about what I got going on. I'm focused on what I need to do. Because as a man, if you put all your power and all your energy into one thing, instead of separating your energy 25% here, 25% here, you will blow. You don't know what you're capable of. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these athletes. Look at all these boxers that practice this no fat before they go do a fight or something, because they preserved their energy. They focused on putting that energy into their craft, and that's what I did. Right. Number 4, naturally elevate out of friendships and people that don't actually align with the value and the direction that you're going. I'm not saying to cut off your friends, but I'm saying that sometimes your values and who you are as a person and what you guys are focused on is different, and you're naturally gonna go a different direction. So don't be afraid to naturally elevate and create separation when you're focused on different goals and what they are. Because I have friends who were smoking, drinking, and worried about doing things that didn't do anything for their life. And not that I cut them off, but we naturally separated as I started to focus on more things. I started putting my time into more self-improving activities, and naturally, like, the communication kind of stopped, right? And that's okay for that to happen, right? It's gonna naturally happen as you progress. Your frequency is gonna be so high, you're gonna find a new group of people who are on that level, right? Might not be in your city, might not be in your state, but you will find those people who match your frequency and your vibration. You know what I mean? You have to elevate. Sometimes you got to separate to elevate, to get to a new level of standard. And number 5 is probably one of the most important things, is I prioritize my nutrition and my working out. I know I wanted to look like an athlete, like a movie star. So I ate like a bodybuilder, but trained like an athlete. Nutrition, I cut out all processed food, McDonald's, Burger King, any fast food, all that's out my diet. I focused on high protein meals. I started eating 3 meals a day, right? I started eating 3 meals a day for a week, and I went up to 4 meals a day for a week, and I went up to 5 meals a day for a week, and then 6 meals a day, and I was consistently doing that every week. I would go to sleep early, make sure I'm meal prepping my meals. I'm making sure I'm spending money on the right food, right? People think food is expensive. It's not expensive unless you know what you're buying. Look at your finances. So I made sure I was eating the right food, and I was eating a large quantity of it, because how we were training was like an athlete. I was burning a lot of calories. We were doing hypertrophy training. So we would do 15, 20, 25 reps per set. We were doing almost 1,000 reps in a day. And y'all might think, oh, that's training's too much. It's for, how do you look like? Look at the results I got. I'm only telling you guys what worked for me. 15 to 20 to 25 reps, it's insane. But the amount of meals I was eating compared to my training, it ripped me up and it built my body at the exact same time. That intensity, that 6 days a week, that structure he created for me, created who I am today. Those are the top 5 things that I focused on when how I really transformed my body in 120 days, guys. This is no bluff. This is literally what happened. Number 1, I made sure I cut off all social media platforms. I went ghost for 2 years and locked in on myself. I was only comparing myself to who I was yesterday and chasing a greater for me tomorrow. Number 2, I got me a coach, someone who knew what to do, someone who knew what I wanted. They had the step-by-step blueprint. I just took it and I implemented it, right? I put my ego to the side and I took everything he told me to do and I did it and I got the result that I wanted, right? So making sure you get mentorship, coaching, whatever it is to you. Number three, I didn't chase women. Whether that was intentional or not, it played in my favor. I wasn't putting my energy in nobody else but myself. I focused on me. All my 100% bandwidth was in what I wanted to do and locking in on myself. There's certain seasons in a man's life, and certain seasons you have to be locked in to get the result that you want, because in the end you're gonna naturally elevate yourself and get the woman that you really want, right? Even better, right? So you can get a better version of who you are than where you are right now, right? Number 4, I naturally elevated from friend groups that didn't play a part in my life or didn't add value to my life, right? As a person, as an individual, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around, regardless of what they do, regardless of where they at. You are the sum. You're gonna walk like them, you're gonna drink like them, you're gonna talk like them, you're gonna have the same ambition as them, because that's what they talk about. You're literally simmering in the grease. So if they don't align with who you are, you have to naturally elevate past them. Not that you're cutting them off, but you're in a different season of life, and you need to surround yourself around people who are on that same frequency. Because if you're around people who are elevated and working on themselves. Number 5, prioritizing working out and eating the right food. You can be eating bad and go work out and you still ain't gonna get no results. It's 80% of the diet. So you gotta make sure that you're locked in, you knowing what to eat and how much to eat, you knowing what you're doing as far as working out, what is your goals, what do you have planned for yourself? Like, what is your workout plan, and is it strict, and are you actually applying what you're doing, right? There's a lot of knowledge in today's society, but nobody's applying it. You can watch everything on YouTube, everything that I said in this video, but if you ain't gonna actually take the action to do it, then you have a accountability problem, and none of the stuff I told you is gonna work if you don't take action on it. Right? So making sure I prioritize my working out and my eating, and I'm making sure I'm eating for results, not just eating for healthiness or whatever. I actually know the amount of food I need to eat to get the body that I want. And those are the 5 major things, guys, that allow me to blow my body up and become a different individual in 120 days. It's no bluff, it's no steroids, it's none of that. It's hard work and ethic, and it's cutting things out that didn't play a part in my life. So 100% of my brain is focused on what I gotta do. It was a period of time in my life where I was locked in and focused. Nobody can steer me off my path. I love waking up early. I love going to the gym. I love eating the right food every day, because I love the person that I was becoming. It was the individual I was creating, the habits that I created in the time frame. And if you don't have the capability to know that you have to lock in for a certain period of time, you can forget about doing anything great in life, because you're gonna operate as an average individual, someone who does what average people do. And if you do what average people do, you're gonna get average results, and that's just point blank period. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to look that person, you want to be that person, you gotta move around differently. You know what I mean? So I think all you guys have the potential to do it. I am no different than you. I promise I'm not. I really came from a small upbringing, you know what I mean? Grew up a nerd, you know what I'm saying? Played in a band, to now becoming and being who I am now, be able to do Love Island TV shows and be able to do modeling and be able to build a personal brand and help people on the other side of the camera. Like, this is what you guys can do, but you have to take the right steps now. You can't wait till next year. You can't wait till, like, you need to decide now, because you've already been procrastinating for however long you've been doing. Believe me, y'all,